I'm from Baltimore City, Northeast to be exact. And I've actually lived all over the Northeast. You know what I'm saying? I went to every school in the Northeast. I'm just Northeast.
Still living in Baltimore?
No, I moved. I ducked off in the county.
Okay. Any reason why, specifically?
We just sat here and talked about school.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
the violence in the city, the animosity, the politics,
you gotta get out. You gotta get out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm always in the trenches. You feel me? I just don't move the way I used to. And it's not about being scared. It's about your investment, your liability.
Growing up for you in Baltimore, what was that like?
Growing up for me in Baltimore was shitty. It was horrible. Actually, I mean, coming from a single parent home, you know what I'm saying?
Paint that picture for us.
Single
parent home.
Single parent home. Father had a family of his own. You know what I'm saying? I was the father in my house. I got a little brother, little sister. You know what I mean? That now that my mother and father have passed away, I'm still taking care of them. You know what I mean? That's just how we came up. You know what I'm saying? Moms was working. I would watch her go days, you know what I mean, without eating to make sure that we had enough food. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard. You know, hand-me-down clothes from my cousins and my uncles. Late, outdated video games, shit like that, but she made it happen. I mean, you may not have shit for Christmas, but come like January 15th, you had something. I mean,
give me the timetable of the history here. So, when did your parents split? How old were you?
My parents were never together. While I was, I mean, they was together, but as far as like me being born, it was before I was born.
So you were living with your mom the whole time?
Yep.
Did you ever live with your father at all or visit him at all?
I went to summer school from my father's house. My father got back active in my life in middle school.
Okay. And how did he get back into your life? Was that something he wanted to pursue, or you tried to make it happen?
Yeah,
or?
he made it happen. And
Okay.
as a punishment, my mother made me go to summer school from his house.
I see. Now, on the same timetable, how old were you when your mother passed or your father passed? How old, give us the history there. Who passed first?
My mother passed the day before my 21st birthday. Her birthday is April 19th. My birthday is April 28th. She passed April 27th. Then my father passed 2 months later.
And what did they each pass away from?
My mom, she had ulcers in her brain, like the brain aneurysms, and they tried to do the surgery. It wasn't successful, of course. One of them popped, and she went. My father, he was in a situation with his baby mother at the time, and it was a lot of bullshit, how shit is, and he actually took his own life. So it was a lot.
That's tough.
It was a lot.
Were you on good terms with your father?
You know what's crazy? I don't even mean to get all, religious and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to disrespect or, go against anybody's whatever beliefs, but in both of my parents passing, it was so unexpected. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like God has a purpose for everybody. I mean, my mother had just got married, December. You know what I'm saying? And she finally found love, Her kids was all in school. She was doing her college thing back in church, you know what I'm saying? And then that happened because she couldn't afford her prescriptions, you know what I'm saying? And then my father, I had just went to New York to go sign a deal. Right before I went, he called and was like, yo, what's up? You good? You need some food stamps, whatever the case may be. I said, hell yeah. I didn't need them. I just wanted to go see my father. You know what I'm saying? Met his lady. I mean, their kids, whatever the case may be. Went to New York. Before I left, I told him when I get back, we're gonna link. I mean, play ball, something like back in the old days, get my brothers together. Got back, his phone was out of service, and so I fell out of touch with him. You know what I'm saying? And next thing I know,
the news.
The news.
So you didn't see that coming at all, him taking his life?
There was a lot about my father that I didn't know until the funeral. Like, I didn't know my father served for the country. You know what I mean? So they cremated him and had the whole ceremony and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
In regards to your mom, these brain aneurysms, you talked about a prescription. This could have been prevented, maybe?
Yeah, that's the most fucked up part about the whole situation. I mean, because I always felt like the shit was my fault. You feel me? Because I was young, I was hard-headed, I wanted to do music. She wanted me to get a job. You know what I mean? If I'd have got a job, I feel like if I'd have got a job, I could have helped with bills. Then she'd have had more money. I mean, she felt as though she bought the prescriptions that she needed, when in all actuality, she needed all of them. You feel me? So if I would have carried my weight as the man that, you know what I mean, I've grown to know that I need to be, I feel like maybe things would have been different. But, you know, God has a plan for everybody. But that still sits on my heart, and I think it forever will. I mean, what if? I mean, there's nothing wrong with a what if, no matter what you believe. You know, you can say God had a plan, but you know, there's always that what if. Like, what if Pac wouldn't have gotten that car? You know what I mean? What if Biggie would have stayed a little longer in the club, or what if he'd have Ubered home? You feel me?
How did you cope with this stuff? Because one death of a parent, and then another 2 months later, both, like you said, unexpected, and then now you're taking care of your brother and sister. How are you? Can't even imagine. I haven't even lost one parent yet, so I can't even imagine what it is to lose one parent. But you losing two in that short a span of time, then you got to take on these responsibilities that you've already been taking, but now it's a in your face type of thing now. How do you cope with something like that? How did you do it?
You gotta force yourself to. I'm pretty much put in a bad situation because...
And a record deal, too, while all this is in the mix,
and
too.
And 6 kids. I was pretty much put in a position where I have to be strong. You know what I mean? I'm the oldest of my mothers and the oldest of my father's biological, but with him being married, like my brothers, like my step brothers and sisters, I'm the middle. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be strong for my older and stronger for my younger. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have no choice. But honestly, I'm still fucked up about it. I cry every day. It's the best way to go. I mean, to be honest, gotta let it out. Bottling it up ain't gonna do shit.
Have there been thoughts about maybe you need some counseling or somebody to talk to about this that's a professional with stuff like this? Or do you think that's not something that would even help at this point?
Nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, just like you just said, like, you haven't lost a parent yet. And I pray that you never do, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't come to talk to you about me losing my parents. You know what I mean? I can't come and talk to Bob about how I felt being homeless, sleeping at gas stations and shit like that to make sure to try to find a way to provide for my children if this motherfucker was fed a silver spoon all his life. You know what I'm saying? Some people gotta go through things, and if you ain't been through the shit I've been through, then why the fuck am I talking to you? What can you do for me?
Now, if there is any good light, now the death of anybody is bad. But at least you were able to have your parents into adulthood, past your teenage years.
Yeah.
Let's say this happened maybe in the middle of your teenage years. This could even be more detrimental than it already is.
Facts.
So at least you were able to experience them to a certain length of time.
Honestly, it was a wake up call. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was so unexpected. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm sorry. It was like any day, any second, can be your last. You know what I'm saying? When you go, what are you leaving your 6 kids, your brother and sister? You know what I mean? Your sister's 17 with a baby. You know what I'm saying? With no father. You know what I'm saying? You have to, you got to do something. I mean, you can go to Ma.
You mentioned liability before. Yes. I
Yes.
understand where you're coming from when you say that now.
A lot of responsibility, man. A lot of responsibility.
Somebody watching this, circumstances could be different for everybody, but the death of a parent, the passing of a parent, how does one, is there any general advice on how to cope with something like that? Somebody watching this right now just experienced the loss of that. Anything you would tell that person?
Just keep going. Just keep going. You not fumbling can be what your testimony of you not fumbling can be what keeps the next person alive. You know what I'm saying? As to where we may not have the same exact story, you know what I mean? Something in my life, you know what I mean? That's why I'm still going. You feel me? Like, I didn't give up. I was rock bottom. My slogan has always been, rock bottom isn't always the end. You know what I'm saying? Rock bottom is just another opportunity for you to rebuild stronger, bigger, better platform. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Just keep going. Somebody else may need you, may need to see you keep going. You know what I mean? That'll save their life. That you saving their life could save somebody else's life. You feel me? Just keep going.
Have you made a song about either of them?
Yeah, I actually have a song on a project that was taken down. It was called Talk About It. And the song was split up into 3 verses. The first verse, the song is basically me reading letters from my children, my brother and sister, and my parents. You know what I'm saying? The first verse was my kids asking why I'm not around, why they see their mothers with different niggas, you know what I mean? Shit like that. The second verse is, like, my brother was young. My youngest brother. This is my youngest brother and my little sister. My youngest brother, he was a child, like a child. So all he remembers that they was in choir rehearsal, mommy passed out, and he never seen her again. You feel me? And it actually, like a week ago, because he lives with his father now, he called me and was like, yo, your brother got some questions about your mother. You know what I'm saying? It's time. So I actually had to answer these questions. You know what I'm saying? Questions from my little sister. You know what I mean? Like, why our family giving up on us? What's going on? And then a letter from my mother and my father. Basically, my mother and my father saying, we here. We not here, but we here. You not doing this shit on your own. Take care of them kids. Take care of my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. You never alone.
With the death of your parents, has that changed the direction of your music?
No. It hasn't. My music has always been me. I keep shit a thou wow. Like, I got a line in one of my songs, I got, what the fuck was this shit? Damn, that shit was crazy. Just basically, the line was explaining, like, I got a baby mother, I got a child that I was one of 4 possible fathers for. You know what I'm saying? I actually ended up being the child's father, you feel me? And the mother wouldn't put me on child support because I wasn't fucking her no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it was, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, I remember, I said I got 3 kids, I see one that I don't even claim, but that's child support's baby and your mom's the one to blame. Or because that bitch was selfish, like shit's a motherfucking game, but I wish you both the best and she can keep your last name. You know what I mean? Like, niggas was laughing. Niggas was like, no, but that shit was real, some real shit. Like, that shit hurt. You know what I mean? That I had to go down like that, but.
When it comes to your mother or father, what do you miss the most about each of them?
Oh, shit.
Could be different things, could be many things, but what's one you could share with us? What's one thing you miss the most?
I tell people this all the time. My mother, I mean, like I said, she just got married, had my little brother and sister, and my step brother in the house. You know what I'm saying? Her husband would go to work. My mother was enrolled at Penn State. You know what I'm saying? So her husband was working overnights. You know what I mean? So she would come home from she would come home from school, get the kids, bring the kids in, feed them, help them with homework, send them upstairs to watch cartoons, cook dinner, make his lunch, you know what I mean? Shit like that. He'd go for work. She'd put the kids in the bath, put them in bed, whatever the case may be. She'd do her homework, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Her and my grandmother just getting off the phone from watching gospel shows. You know what I mean? Then she would call me every morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, Ma, stop. There's 3 things that I could be doing at 3 o'clock in the morning and none of them concern you. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? And she would just be like, she called me and be like, hey, Tate Head, what's up? What you doing? What's going on? You know what I mean? And every time my phone ring around that time, I knew who it was. You know what I mean? And that kept me going. It's been a couple nights I was doing some shit I ain't had no business doing, and my mother would call me, and that right there be like, you know what? I'm taking my ass in the house. You know what I mean? Before she beat the shit out of me.
And then your father? What do you miss most about him?
Pops was he tried to get me in sports. I played sports, you know what I'm saying? He was a big ass kid, you feel me? Like, we would go out back. He claimed everybody, you know what I mean? Even if he just met you, white, black, Puerto Rican, purple. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's my little cousin. That's my officer. What's going on? This one of my sons from around the way, you feel me? We just all had basketball games out back the crib. You know what I mean? Shit like that. They both had big hearts. You know what I'm saying? No matter how wrong you do them, they still hold you down. And I get that from both of them. That's what I miss, honestly.
Okay, that's what you miss most about each. Now, let's do a favorite memory of each. Favorite memory of each. Could be many memories, but share us one of each if you could. Favorite memory of Mom's was walking her down the aisle at her wedding. You know what I mean? That was favorite memory of Mom's. I cried like a little bitch. I don't care. I'm a thug. I shoot the shit out of nigga. But that's Mom Dukes. That was my first love. Favorite memory with my father. My father. Shit, honestly, man, me and my father were playing fucking video games together, man. Like, and my mother was real strict, and we had something in Baltimore called kiddie discos on Easter, where the kids get to go to the club after church and shit. You know what I'm saying? My mother wasn't with none of that shit. But I would go to my father's house. My father would let me go drag my nuts a little bit. You feel me? Pops was that. He was that. My mom's was a strict one, of course. Pops was the more lenient, let the man live, let the boy be a man type nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, my father taking me to the club for the first time was my shit. The stepfather. Okay, your stepfather. How did you gel with him? How was your chemistry with him coming into the picture?
It was weird, cause honestly I could have went to high school with him. You feel me? He was younger than my mother. You know what I'm saying? And them two egos and all of that shit, like two young niggas, no, that shit wasn't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Shit was cool for what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But when niggas bumped heads, niggas was bumping heads. Like, nigga, like, fuck you talking about, nigga? Like, fuck out of here, boy. Like, you my age. Fuck you think we, you know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? It was a respect there. You know, he never disrespected me. I never disrespected him. And ever since the death of your mom, no relationship there? Nah. Okay.